Plus, the Sanders camp has been seething that the DNC was already in the bag for Hillary Clinton. That's what they say. They have accused the DNC of purposefully scheduling debates on nights when fewer people are likely to watch. They're not the only ones making that observation. You read about it this week in the New York Times. Frank Bruni wrote about it. He argued that in his opinion piece. Let's talk about, I don't think we have our guest. We're going to be joined in just a moment by Brian Fallon. He is the press secretary for Hillary for America. Let's take a listen.
They keep scheduling the Democratic debates at like 2 a.m. on a Saturday on Alaska PBS. It's almost like they don't actually want anyone to see their candidates for president, which you can understand why. But there is good news. They've announced the venue for the next Democratic debate. They're holding it at Leavenworth.
All right, that was Ted Cruz, and I want to get this man's response. Joining me now, Brian Fallon, press secretary for Hillary for America. Nice to have you on. Thank you, sir.
Thank you for having me.
So what say you to those like Ted Cruz, Frank Bruni, others saying the DNC has this in the bag for your candidate?
That's a ridiculous assertion. The debate schedule is something that was worked out by the Democratic National Committee in conjunction with all of the campaigns. We certainly are looking forward to tonight's debate, and we're going to have several more debates even after this one. And I don't think that there'll be any shortage of focus on the issues in the Democratic primary contest that's been going on in the recent months. In fact, I think that the debate you're seeing on the Democratic side is far more substantive than the attacks and fear-mongering that you're seeing on the Republican side.
So some have said that this whole brouhaha, this whole controversy over the Sanders campaign, one of their staffers accessing critical Clinton camp voter data last night for a 40-minute period of time, shows that Sanders' campaign is just politics as usual, not sort of this revolution that they have been touting. Are we going to hear Hillary Clinton make that assertion tonight on the debate stage?
I think that Hillary Clinton wants to have a conversation with voters about the issues that are important in this race. I think the discussion tonight will be substantive, at least we certainly hope it will be. I mean, just this week, Hillary Clinton was in New York laying out new proposals on immigration reform. She traveled to Nebraska and appeared with Warren Buffett to talk about how we reform our tax system to achieve more fairness. And she also gave a major speech in Minnesota about a counterterrorism strategy for stopping any future San Bernardino incidents. So she is showing the type of dexterity in talking about the issues that keep people up at night. That's what we want to continue to do. With respect to the Sanders campaign, you know, it is unfortunate that we have seen, after promising to run a different type of campaign, saying that they wouldn't have support from super PACs, now they do, saying that they wouldn't run negative ads, now they are. And then this week, unfortunately, having some staffers that participated in a breach of our campaign sensitive data. You know, so I do think there's some serious questions being raised about whether they're fulfilling the promise that they made to run a different type of campaign. But I don't think from Hillary Clinton tonight you'll hear anything other than a sincere focus on the issues.
Okay, I want to talk about that speech she gave in my hometown of Minneapolis this week, because there has been an issue in Minneapolis with jihadi recruitment, especially targeting the Somali community there. Let's talk about how her strategy, Brian, is going to be different than this president's. I know she'll point to arguing as Secretary of State to arm the Syrian rebels, but sitting in the Oval Office now, what would she do differently than this president to take on ISIS?
Well, I think what she has laid out is a plan that would really intensify our efforts to combat ISIS. And specifically, some differences that she's laid out. She gave a speech at the Council on Foreign Relations last month where she talked about the need for increased special operations forces. It ended up that the Obama administration.
So she would go further than President Obama in terms of more special ops?
She did say that last month, and then the Obama administration ended up following through on that suggestion. She also said that she would seek to impose a no-fly zone in northern Syria to create safe havens for the refugees there to help stop that immigration problem that we're seeing out of Syria by providing pockets of safe spaces for those that are fleeing the bombing. And here at home, she's called for an intelligence surge that would allow us to better identify and disrupt plots here at home, obviously wanting to strike the right balance between civil liberties and the need to disrupt terrorist communications. So I think that those are just a few of the examples that she's laid out of how she would seek to intensify and go further than the current administration to prevent radicalization here at home and also confront ISIS from securing a safe hold in the Middle East.
Interestingly, Brian, the top issue for your Democratic primary voters is not terror. It's up there, but the number one issue is the economy and jobs, and that is somewhere where Bernie Sanders has seen a lot of strength, right? His push on income inequality, his push against Wall Street, his framing of your candidate as someone who is cozy with the big banks and Wall Street. How does she battle that tonight?
Well, I would actually submit that nobody has talked about middle-class wages and how we can increase them more than Hillary Clinton in this campaign. She said that the number one challenge that the next president is going to face is how to lift middle-class wages. You know, the president has done a great job in bringing us back from the brink of a depression, but we need to get wages up. People are back to work, but we need to see their wages rise. And she's actually laid out some concrete steps that she would take to achieve that, including calling for an innovative proposal that would incentivize more businesses to offer profit sharing to their employees. She obviously supports the minimum wage. She's called for changes to the capital gains tax treatment to incentivize more investment in a way that would create jobs. And just earlier this month, she laid out a comprehensive infrastructure plan that would invest $500 billion in public works projects across the country to get more people to work in good-paying jobs. So I actually think she's been the innovative one in proposing strategies to help get more good-paying jobs out there, and for those that already have jobs, increase their wages.
We just pulled up, before I let you go, the New Hampshire numbers. Let's look at them again, because Bernie Sanders has a 2-point lead against Clinton in New Hampshire. Can your candidate win New Hampshire?
Absolutely. We've always said from the very beginning, since the outset of this race, when we launched the campaign in April, that this was going to be a tight contest. We wouldn't have it any other way. In Iowa, it's been a close contest. We have a slight lead there. In New Hampshire, it's been a close contest throughout, and we think we're effectively tied. And so we expect it to remain that way all the way up till the voting starts, but we're confident we'll win in both states.
Brian Fallon, nice to have you on. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.